Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which is actually a movie I've seen a number of weeks ago, but somehow it just got pushed back and I didn't get a chance to do a video on it. But let me tell you, I wish I did a lot sooner because this movie is damn fun and I had a great time with it. Of course, it starred Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as well as Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan. And it was directed by Jake Kasdan. And a lot of people have a misconception with this one. It's action, adventure, comedy film, but a lot of people have a misconception of thinking this is a remake of the older film. But no, this is actually a sequel of sorts, I guess, or kind of like a soft reboot, I suppose, if anything, but more so a sequel or continuation of the Robin Williams film. Reminds me, I really gotta do a video on Good Will Hunting or something sometime too. But yeah, it's 20 years after the first film. The plot follows 4 teenagers who are transported into the video game world of Jumanji, playing as the characters they chose, and uniting with another player, must overcome the game's magical power in order to win and return home. So yeah, it's basically the gist of it here. 4 kids who normally wouldn't associate with each other, unless, forced like they were here. You have like a jock, the main kid Spencer, he's kind of a nerd, sort of outcast. Then you have the guy who ends up becoming Jack Black, and not the guy who becomes Jack Black, the girl who becomes Jack Black, because she is actually a very high on herself, stuck-up, social media obsessed teenager. And sort of like the outcast girl who is kind of quiet and sort of insecure, as Karen Gillan's character, or avatar, you could say, or video game character. Getting to be the badass, ass-kicking chick. So yeah, and the jock is Kevin Hart, by the way, and the nerd Spencer, he gets to be big Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So it's kind of funny because a lot of these actors get to play like opposites, which is kind of fun. Except Kevin Hart, he's kind of typical Kevin Hart, but he is entertaining in this one. And I love The Rock. Dwayne Johnson's awesome. He's one of Hollywood's treasures nowadays, for sure. I've been a big fan of The Rock all my life. I love wrestling, and my 2 favorites of all time are The Rock and Kane. So it's always a treat to see The Rock in any movie, and I think he's only become a better actor as the years have went along. And, he carries this movie, he does a great job. Charismatic as ever. But he doesn't do it himself either, because the rest of the cast does a fine job. I usually always enjoy Jack Black. Kevin Hart's pretty good too. Karen Gillan's fine. And what's also really entertaining about the movie, just besides the performances, is its spirit, but also it's just the writing, I think, is pretty nice in this as well. It's honestly one of the best comedy type films I've seen in quite some time. And my whole family agreed on that. I went with my girlfriend and my parents, and we all had a great time with this one. And it's especially fun if you play video games, of course, which obviously most of us do. It's updated from the board game setup of the original, which I think makes sense. And so you have like points and like skills and stuff like that in this one, like The Rock, he has he has strength, he has speed, and no weaknesses. Then you have like Kevin Hart, who the jock is forced to be, who has like less endurance, and he can't run that fast, and his weakness is cake. He literally explodes if he has cake. And they also have like lives marked on, has 3 bars on their forearm or on their wrist. So yeah, it was pretty fun how they incorporated like little actual like arcade or just like basic game type mechanics into it, really, and they would respawn and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. And then like sort of like the tutorial they have at the beginning where they meet the guy that drives them there in the Jeep. The computer system, can only repeat certain things that are programmed into it, so he just basically repeats the objective, how I have to get to this, and, save Jumanji. So that was a great aspect of it that they used fairly well throughout. Then, the main villain, I guess, let's see if I can get his name here. Let me just, yep. Yeah, Bobby Cannavale's character. Russell Van Pelt, he's just the, arcade video game villain, there's not much to him, but there didn't really have to be. Nick Jonas is also in this one. He's a kid who has actually been lost in this world for almost 20 years. Apparently he's a kid who's been missing in the present and real life. So, that was played with alright enough, I guess. Nick Jonas did fine. I think anyone could have been in that role, though. And Colin Hanks also makes an appearance at the end in quite a touching way. So yeah, this is a great time. Like I said, I think it's honestly one of the best comedy films I've seen in quite some time. I don't see a lot of comedies, I admit that. But it's one that stuck in my head, and I think it's more memorable than I thought it was going to be. And how it could be if I had waited longer to do my Top Movies 2017 video, this probably would have been on it, which is why I had to add it in the comment section. So yeah, they're also moving on with a sequel to this apparently, which should be interesting to see how they set that one up, but I'm fine with it. So yeah, if I had to rate Jumanji, well, like I said, the cast is great. They all do a great job. They all have excellent chemistry with each other. And if I had to rate it, I'm giving it a B+. I honestly, part of me feels like bumping it up to like an A- even, because I just think it was that entertaining. But at the same time, it's not much more than what it sells itself as, which is fine. Like I said, it does have a touching moment with the role Colin Hanks has at the end. But other than that, it's just a fun comedy for the whole family. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's not much substance, I guess, either, if you want to really criticize it, I guess, but it's not really a criticism because they set out to do what they did, and it very much exceeded a lot more than a lot of other movies do. So yeah, I guess I could bump it up to an A- if I really wanted, but somewhere around there for sure. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. If you've seen it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.